This is just a review of the direction of One Piece episode 1071, and yes, I think the direction of the episode was pretty weak in some aspects, so if you're a huge fan of One Piece, and you've already started the video with the certainty that I am wrong, please listen to my arguments. Hey guys, how are you? I'm the Monio, the interdimensional demon who talks about One Piece very often, and you're on my channel. First, let's make it clear that I'm not a great connoisseur of One Piece. I know what it's about, I know most of the characters, but I don't follow the anime or the manga. That's why I'll limit myself to analyzing only the direction of the episode, and I believe it will be interesting for those who are fans to hear the opinion of someone who doesn't follow One Piece weekly.
Okay.
The episode starts with Luffy apparently defeated by Kaido, who is in his Shenlong form. Then Luffy starts to show signs that he is going to transform, and all the time we have a very quick scene of Luffy's transformation process in the episode, and that scene cuts to some other character, then goes back to Luffy's transformation, but the scene again cuts to something else, and the episode follows that dynamic until about halfway through, which is when Luffy gets up, already transformed into its GEAR5 form. This first half of the episode one didn't like very much, because I don't think the episode does a good job of creating expectations or making a great moment of transformation. The direction of the episode chooses to intersperse other moments with Luffy's transformation process, and that in my opinion takes strength from a more impactful moment of transformation, since we don't have a cathartic moment in which Luffy awakens this new power, since that transformation is diluted throughout the episode, and whenever it starts showing Luffy and you start to get carried away, that moment is cut. The feeling I had watching was one of those videos where the ice cream seller pretends to deliver the ice cream to the customer, and when the customer goes to get it, the ice cream man cheats and starts juggling, and the customer looks silly. This episode of the transformation, there was huge hype on the internet. It would be the episode that would break the internet in half, just like what happened with Dragon Ball Super at the time of the Power Tournament. And yes, everyone was comparing this episode of GEAR5 with the episode of Dragon Ball Super, in which Goku awakens Ultra Instinct. And as much as One Piece is a very unique work, and very different from Dragon Ball, I think it's interesting to compare how both episodes handled the transformation. In Dragon Ball Super, we have a moment where we create anticipation of what will happen next. Since Goku has apparently been defeated, then a reaction starts to happen and everyone knows that it has to do with the transformation, and at that moment the attention of all the characters and everyone watching is directed towards Goku, and a cathartic moment is created, with the iconic scene of Goku standing up and turning his back, while playing a song that refers to something divine, and it is. Simply spectacular. In the One Piece episode, however, there is no apex of the moment of transformation, and that, for me, broke the mood of something that could be much more impactful. I believe that the One Piece episode would work better if there weren't these scenes interrupting Luffy's transformation. The direction of the episode could have put all these parallel moments first, and then leave only the moment of Luffy's transformation. I think it would have impacted well more. Another thing they could do was put these parallel moments to happen during the fight, as several of these moments are related to the new transformation and would also work very well. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the episode was horrible or anything like that, but the moment of the transformation should be more impactful, not least because this transformation had already been shown in animation, in the movie One Piece Red, and there it appears in a sloppy way, so GEAR5's canonical transformation in the anime should have been a really special moment that lived up to the hype, so in that sense, I think the episode could have been a lot better. Another thing that a lot of people didn't like was Luffy's fight against Kaido. Since we have animations and sound effects typical of Looney Tunes, and the whole fight we have effects that we are used to in cartoons for children. In this case, I don't believe it's a question of the direction of the episode, but an artistic option, because much of what we saw of this more cartoon animation just followed what was in the manga, and the choice of sound effects that resemble the Looney Tunes. It's just a way to make the fight coherent with what had already been established in the manga and that the animation is adapting, so for me, it made perfect sense to have sound effects from Looney Tunes, and even though it wasn't something which pleases me, I can't point this out as a defect, since this is the author's own choice, so liking it or not, It's up to each one's personal taste, but the episode was competent in conveying the idea of the manga. But what about you? Did you like the episode? Did you find Luffy very similar to Bugs Bunny? Leave it in the comments, and if you liked the video, subscribe to follow my content. Until next time my people, demonic hugs.